Hi guys, it's Belle here and welcome back for Margarete Miller Monday, and it is week 28. Don't forget to use that hashtag both on YouTube and Instagram to see what everyone is doing. So today's one, a texture or pattern found in clothing. I have kind of merge this with the other prompt which says a repeating pattern. So I cut these out of some fabric. This actually, you can't really see it, but this actually has it's like flocked, and you can get that in fabric. You can get that kind of texture, and also it looks like a repeating pattern with the dots, and also dots can be used in fabric. So I'm really pushing all those, but that's what I'm going with. Something associated with relaxation. I couldn't not go with this, guys. Reading. So that's from a magazine. Repeating pattern, like I said, we're going to have dots. Also, I will get to that in a minute. A positive affirmation. So I have never underestimate yourself. I've got this from this little book I've got that's got lots of little quotes in it that are fun. An image of landscape or scenery, and this is from a diary, the Munamina diary that I like to get, which is an Irish diary, and this is Imam Macha in Armagh. So I wanted to use that, and we have an Armagh's in Ireland, just in case you didn't know. I'm just speaking as if you knew these things. And then we have bonus security envelope design. So this is from an envelope. And also this is a repeating pattern. So I've cut a little something out of there. So we are going to get started. And we are going to start with this image of Marmacha, which is in Armagh, which is supposed to be, this place is meant to be the mythological, possibly, sort of capital of Ulster, and it's linked with the horse goddess Macha, who there's the story of her winning a race when she was heavily pregnant with her twins, and she was forced to race because of a fairy goddess, and then she placed a curse because unfortunately when she got to the end of the race, I believe like something happened and she got to the end of the race, and then she placed a curse for 9 generations of people who are in Ulster because the people didn't help her. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But yes, so it's the place where a goddess was. Now I am missing 2 of my rulers and I don't know where they went. So I wanted, do you know what I wanted to use? I wanted to use this bit because I thought that was fun. I like the way that looks. I wanted to use this. I love the images in that diary. This is from 2020 because you can see there. I just love it. It has all these beautiful spiritual places in Ireland, and the history and the mythology and proverbs and the language, and yeah, I like it. So anyway, we're going to put that on there. And yes, I want that bit there. I just like that. It looks fun. I like the texture. It's a fun little diary that I get. I haven't got it this year. I've been trying to learn Irish Gaelic for several years now, and so I like to get this diary because where I was born and raised in Ireland, we didn't actually speak Irish Gaelic. So I've been trying to teach myself it as an adult, and it is not an easy language to learn. I mean, I've learnt several languages. I love languages, and it is not an easy language to learn, but you know, it is the language of my homeland, so I want to be able to speak it. Even if they had spoke it where I was born and raised, I left there when I was quite little. Well, not little, but I left there as a child, and we moved to other places. So I would have still stopped speaking it at some point. But anyway, so I like to get this diary because it links me to my country, my culture, and my language. So we're going to have that. We've got the beautiful arty bit. We're going to have the book. It had to be reading, guys. Come on. If you've been here any length of time, you will know I love to read. What's more relaxing than reading? I just cut out some random shapes because I just kind of wanted to do some randomness. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some randomness. So yeah, love the mythology and the history of my country. All these fierce queens and great warriors and scary goddesses things. And if you didn't know, the horse is really sacred to the Irish, or it was. It's kind of linked with sovereignty. So, yeah, so it's linked with sovereignty. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by something else. We've got storms here, and it's kind of distracting me out my window. But yeah, so it's linked with sovereignty. And, you know, the king would have to kind of become one with the goddess, the land and things. So right, let's also, I was wondering if I wanted quick pull that up before it sticks down. Wondering, kind of want that. I don't know why I want these dots on there. I just do. It's giving me 101 Dalmatian vibes. Oh my goodness, maybe that's what she's reading. Yeah, we're just going to go with that and pretend it was on purpose. It wasn't. But now it's given me those feels, 101 Dalmatians. Because, you know, my daughter loved that when she was little. The 101 Dalmatians. Do I want that on there? Do I want a bigger one? We're not going to see lots of it anyway. I think that'd be fine. This needs to go on. This is going to be, I cut this out of the envelope, so this is the security envelope. This is going to be my tab for the top of the piece. So let's get our numbers on there. Sorry if that was a bit loud. Yeah, she loved them. And then she always wanted a Dalmatian dog. And now she's just like her mama and has her cat baby instead. Not that we wouldn't love a dog, but, you know, yeah, she always wanted a Dalmatian. I really don't mind the Disney villains. Like, they don't bother me. In fact, I quite like them. It's particularly Maleficent. She's my favourite. But I really, really, really don't like Cruella de Vil. Like, there's nothing that can make me like her at all. And I hate when they do pieces, when Disney create, I don't know, bags or cups or something, and they have the villains on there. And I don't mind Ursula, and I don't mind, like I said, I love Maleficent. I don't mind the Evil Queen, and I don't mind Hades or Jafar. But my goodness, if it has Cruella on there, I won't buy it. It's probably my my love of animals. She's not redeemable in any way. And anyone who can do that to animals, oh, it just makes me so sad. Right, so we've got that on there. Now, we need this. Never underestimate yourself. And I feel like I want to cut these out. Realistically, I would rather have ripped them with a ruler. But as I said, I cannot find my ruler. So we're going to cut these out. They're not going to be straight because I cannot cut straight. But that's okay. So we've got never underestimate. Really doesn't need much tool, does it? Underestimate yourself. And we are going to put this on here. Underestimate. I'm thinking maybe it's too big yourself. Might be too big. Let's trim this a little bit more. I really want to use this because I haven't used really any of the quotes in this little book that came free with a magazine. So I really want to use it. I was going to back it with the... I was going to kind of layer it on here. But to be honest, I think it's kind of... big enough as it is. Never underestimate yourself. I feel like this is the really big one. But I mean, that could work. That could work. I could trim that even a little bit more. Just a smidgels. Just a smidgels. Never underestimate yourself. And now I'm looking at it thinking, well, because we're not going to back it on the what they called security envelope, we can add another dot too. Because we're not going to back it, it needs some colour, I think. Do we think it needs some colour? It needs something. Hold on. Okay, so the other day in my junk journal July, I pulled out these watercolour crayons that I got from Flying Tiger here in the UK, and I thought maybe they'd be quite fun to use. So someone gave me the tip to kind of use the crayon first and then top it with water. So we are going to try that technique and hope it works now that I've got it on here. That's what we are going to do, because they are supposed to be watercolor crayons. And I'm still not sure if I like them or not. So I'm thinking if I use them for another project, it gives me more chance to work with them. And then I can see what I think. I mean, I've got them in my stash, so let's do it. I mean, I suppose Tim Holtz comes out with his crayons as well, doesn't he? It's like crayon pencils. So I suppose these are just a really cheap version. I've got some water in my spray bottle, so I'm just going to dip my... Yeah, that's wet. And see if this works better. If it blends better like this. Because before I just kind of wet the crayon, which, you know, probably wasn't the best thing to do. Still not sure this is blending brilliantly. There must be something I'm doing wrong with it, but that's okay. Learning, playing, and just experimenting. A lot of yellow. I wanted bright colours on this. As you can see. There's a bit of kind of like mustard yellow on the girl who's reading's top. And there's also yellow on the flowers, which you won't see when it gets covered up with these. And I wanted to bring in the green and just a touch of pink. Let's see how they go. Now I'm going to dry those and then I'll be back. Okay, so they are dry. And I'm going to start gluing them down. And I need to remember that I want to put one of those dots behind one of them too. So I'm going to start doing this. Really put that up there next to the number. This is the really long one. Okay, let's dab this off on the glue book. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking I could use someone doing yoga, or I could have a cup of tea on there because, you know, all those things are relaxing. But then I saw this image in the magazine. It's like, obviously. I mean, look how excited that girl is to be reading. I don't know what that book is. We're going with 101 Dalmatians because of the dots now. But she is obviously loving it. She's fully... Need to remember, lift this up. Oh no, that's not going to lift. Okay, it's okay. We can get around that because we're going to chop this and then use it. And then it's going to look like it's underneath when it's not. Yeah. Fully invested. I'm a little bit sad, actually. I've been reading this book that everyone's been going on about. And I was excited because it's supposed to both be inspired by and in the style of a certain other book that absolutely took everyone by storm a couple of years ago, or a year or two, yeah, a couple of years ago now, which I loved. And this book I'm just not enjoying as much. Like, it's made me a little bit sad because I've got my Posca paint pen. I don't know what I want to do with it, but I want to do something. Because I just wanted to enjoy it as much as I did this other book, you know? But I don't. I'm not. And it should have everything that I love in a book. So it's called You Can't Spell Treason Without T. And it's cozy fantasy. So it has dragons and griffins and... magic and all that kind of good stuff, and tea. I mean, they own a tea and bookshop, guys. They own a tea and bookshop. There's dragons, which I love dragons, and it's meant to be cozy fantasy. Yeah, bring in some more dots. And it's not really doing it for me the same way as Legends and Lattes did. So I'm a little bit sad. But anyway, I get completely off course there. So that's it. That's today's one's done. Let's have a look. A texture or pattern found in clothing. So we have this velvety flocked paper and polka dots, both found in clothing. Something associated with relaxation. Reading. I feel like I want to write something on here though. Should we write the word read? Do I want to write something? Well, if I didn't want to, it's too late to change my mind now because... Okay, yeah, I like that. A repeating pattern, like I said, we've got the polka dots. You could say that with me doing these on the words, that's also a repeating pattern, and the security envelope has a repeating pattern. Positive affirmation, never underestimate yourself. An image of a landscape or scenery. We've got Imam Macha in the background from Amar, and bonus security envelope design, which we've got here on the tab. So that was this week's ones, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit rambly and jumbly and all over the place. But I like the way the index card came together. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe this book will get better. I'm halfway through it and I will finish it. It's meant to be part of a series, the first in a series. But at this rate, I probably won't pick up the rest of the books, which is actually making me super sad because... I loved Legends and Lattes so much. But, you know, these things happen. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back again very, very soon with another video. And until next time, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.